name is Paul, and I am Elaine's son. On behalf of my family, I would like to begin by thanking everyone that is here today and for those who have sent their condolences. We've received countless phone calls, texts, flowers, meals, visits, and thoughts and prayers. They have been both comforting during this difficult time and have been a reminder of the impact that Elaine has had on so many people. We lost a wonderful person who meant so much to so many. She was a loving wife to my dad, Anthony Biancanella, who she met at 13 years old. He was 15. And they had been together ever since, for 60 years. She had 3 children, Renee, Anthony, and I, who she loved like no other. She would do anything for us. We sometimes joked that Dad might get jealous at just how deeply and unconditionally she loved us. And she absolutely adored her grandchildren, Tony, Oliver, Ethan, and Everly. When they visit, she makes sure it was the most joyous visit ever. She'd be up the night before at 3 a.m., ovens on, pans clacking, food everywhere, making our favorite meal or dessert, just to surprise us when we arrived. She had endless energy, constantly cooking, cleaning, decorating, shopping, planning, traveling, playing with grandchildren, visiting friends and family. I would get exhausted just watching her. And it was all in service of others. When she cooked, it was for others. Even when she shopped, it was for others. It became a joke in the family that we had to watch what we said around her, because if you even mentioned in passing that you liked or needed something, within 5 minutes of you leaving the room, she was online purchasing it, just to surprise you. But that was Mom. At her core, she was a giver, who wanted nothing more than for people to feel happy and safe. She loved gathering with family and friends and entertaining. Parties at my parents' house were like banquets, with endless food and festive yet elegant decor. She had such a tasteful and creative eye. She should have been an interior designer or an event planner, because every detail was so meticulously chosen. Christmas at my parents' was like no other. It felt like Disney World, with all the food and gifts and decorations. I'm so grateful for those Christmas memories, and that my children got to experience it, if only briefly. But I'm sad, because they could have experienced it for many more years if it wasn't for this. COVID stole that from us. And because of it, we can't even honor her life in the way that she so truly deserves. But we will try. Today we grieve together, but at some future date, maybe near Christmas, which was her favorite holiday, we will hold a celebration of life in her honor, where family and friends will have an opportunity to remember her, share stories, and celebrate the beautiful person we all loved so dearly. But for now, I'd like to share a personal story about the exemplary mother she was. Mom and I shared a special bond. As children, we both struggled in school. In first grade, I couldn't read or write. I didn't even know my alphabet. Letters were just scribbles on a page. I remember crying every day, clinging to my mother, begging her to let me stay home and hide from my embarrassment. At the time, I went to Scenic Hills Elementary School, and the head counselor sat with my mom and told her directly, "Your son is uneducable, and there's no way we're spending money for any additional resources for him. So if he stays here, he'll just get lost." As shocking as that conversation must have been, my mom made it her mission to make my experience different from hers as a child. She eventually learned of a disability called dyslexia and found a local testing center. The psychologist there told her that I had the most severe case of dyslexia they had ever recorded, and they warned her that if it were not addressed immediately, that I would likely end up in a juvenile facility or suicidal. My mom spent the next year fighting to find a school that was willing and able to help me, but I got rejected from every school in the area. But she never gave up. Eventually, she found a pilot school in Delaware who was willing to evaluate me. Their psychologist also came to the same conclusion about the severity of my situation, but the school was willing to admit me, just not that year. It was weeks before the school year was scheduled to begin. They couldn't just add me last minute. I remember that day vividly. The principal of the pilot school, Miss Lesturgeon, got on her knees, held my hand, and said, "Do you understand what I said, Paul? We can help you, but not this year." And I said to her, "So you don't want me either?" My mom, crying, asked Miss Lesturgeon to the side and pleaded my case because she knew that another year at Scenic Hills would crush my spirit. That night, my parents got a call from Miss Lesturgeon saying that I can attend immediately, no delay. And that changed everything for me. My life began that day. It took years of hard work with some amazing teachers for me to overcome my disability and catch up to my peers. But my mom was right by my side every single night for hours, diligently helping me to learn to read and write, to de-scramble my messed up brain. One of her proudest moments was the day I graduated from the University of Penn with my PhD in physics. I don't know where I'd be today if it wasn't for her fighting so hard for me like that. Dead maybe? Lost for sure. Trapped inside my mind like a caged bird. And she freed me from that. But I'm not the only one she has touched. She has left her imprint everywhere, with everyone she's met. Her boundless generosity and unwavering support for her family and friends was remarkable. If you needed help, she was there. It could be as small as helping you decorate or prep for an event. Whatever you needed, she would show up with color schemes and fabric or meals fully prepared, anything to help alleviate your stress. And if you were in trouble or suffering like me, or your family was suffering, then she would swoop in unconditionally without hesitation to support. She would stand by your side, arms open wide, day and night, at your home, at the hospital, wherever you needed her. And she'd do it for anyone. It didn't matter what state your relationship was at with her at the time, good or bad. All of that was swept aside because you were in need. I've never met anyone like her, so selfless and caring. Her empathy for others was cosmic. But the thing I'm going to miss the most is her friendship. She was the most incredible friend. I could not possibly count the number of times we would sit on her couch together after everyone had gone to sleep and just talk for hours, laughing, crying, philosophizing about life, religion, family, whatever. No topic was prohibited, no depth unreachable. She was one of the wisest people I know, and I know for certain that I'm not the only person to have felt that connection with her. For Renee, Anthony, and I, she was our best friend, our sage, confidant, shoulder, muse, advocate, and protector for sure. Some people might spend a lifetime searching for a connection like that with anyone. And to have that with our mother, I could not be more grateful. Mom, you will be so missed. We love you forever, through space and time. Last night we found a book in her desk, and she had a poem by Margaret Mead, Remember Me, that she wanted read at her funeral. To the living, I am gone. To the sorrowful, I will never return. To the angry, I was cheated. But to the happy, I am at peace. And to the faithful, I have never left. I cannot be seen, but I can be heard. So as you stand upon a shore, gazing at a beautiful sea, remember me. As you look in awe at a mighty forest and its grand majesty, remember me. As you look upon a flower and admire its simplicity, remember me. Remember me in your heart, your thoughts, your memories of the times we loved, the times we cried, the times we fought, the times we laughed. And if you always think of me, I will never be gone. We love you, Mom.